everybody, and welcome to episode 9 of Life After England with AS Roma. Welcome to season 2, where we take on Parma today, but we also have a look at the summer transfer activity. It has been busy, and it's been calculated as well, which is unlike me. So, we have spent £130 million spread over time, of course, as I invariably do. And we have lost a few of the bigger names. So, Stephen El Shaarawy, first of all, retired at the end of the season. So, he had a good send-off, getting us into the Champions League. Had a real big contribution towards the end of the season as well. We have let Brian Cruzanti leave the football club. He has gone to Inter for £15.25 million. 32 years of age. Felt like it was time to move him on and start to reshape the team in that fashion. Pierluigi Gallina has joined Almeria for £1.9 million. Again, on the older side, didn't play a lot. So, yeah, made sense to let him go. Neil El Anui, who you can't see on screen, he has gone in part exchange to Atalanta, and I'll explain who that's for in a bit. We've let some younger players go as well for profit. So yeah, we've made about £20.5 million, which isn't a great amount, but we have shifted the needle. Obviously with Champions League football, as I mentioned at the end of the last episode, we could attract better players. And we've done just that. And we'll start with the man that's come in on a free transfer, and that is Adrian Benabi. He has joined us from Parma, who we take on today, of course. Central midfield player, 26 years old. No caps for Italy, but I should think that maybe if he hits a bit of form, which he can do, obviously being released is never nice, but he's landed on his feet with us, and he will play a part in the season. Next man through the door is Nikola Zelowski. He has joined us from Atalanta for a fee of £15.75 million. Now, he is a homegrown player, and this is what I talked about being calculated as well as being sort of bringing in new players. So yeah, he counts towards our 4 for the Champions League. Makes sense. He plays right up that left-hand side and will compete with Angelino once he's fit. Next man through the door is Renato Marin. He has joined us on loan from Paris Saint-Germain. Again, another player that started his career at Roma. So it made sense to bring him back. Backup goalkeeper will be included in the Champions League spot, but it means we tick that box. And that is all important to get the best out of the Champions League squad. We have plenty of players who have played in Italy for a long time. We didn't have that many homegrown players, so yeah, it made sense to do it. And once I'd been sensible, I kind of let rip. So, Tom Bischkoff has joined us from Bayern Munich for a fee that will eventually rise to £38 million. This is why Cruzanti was allowed to go. We'd kind of already got this deal over the line. Obviously, he is much younger. Yes, Cruzanti has the experience, but this kid is going to be mustard. Believe me. I've seen him in the past on Football Manager, and he just grows and he grows and he grows. So hopefully he can do that with us. We decided that Benekra wasn't going to work out, basically. So we put him on the transfer list. No one bought him, surprisingly. So Alejandro Garnacho has joined us on loan from Chelsea for the season. We are only paying his wages. We do have an option to buy him at the end, but it's an astronomical amount that probably won't happen. But yeah, very good player. Will work well in Italy, I think, because, you know, he'll be given the time and the space to kind of run around, which he probably wouldn't have got in England. So yeah, welcome, Alejandro. We bought in another central midfield player, and that was Manuel Ugarte from Manchester United for a fee that will eventually rise to £13 million. Decent player. Struggled in England. I think that would be fair to say. So yeah, he is very much going to be at home with us. Will be a bit part player probably, but at 2.5 star, you know, you would kind of expect that to be the case. We do have a very strong midfield now, and we do have players that can interchange as well, which is always important. Next man in the door is Charles de Kettler. This is the man that Neil went in part exchange for, but we did have to lay out £50 million as well. So it's a very hefty price tag. But again, it's going to be paid over time, and we'll worry about it later. But yeah, an attacking midfield player, can play as a striker as well. Got a fairly decent goal-scoring record, but very much a creative player. Can play on that right-hand side as well. Suel obviously wanted to leave. Plenty of offers came in for him, but we decided to keep him because it's our best attempt at winning this title this year if we have a strong squad throughout. Next man through the door was Christian Volpato. He has joined us from Sassuolo for £9.25 million overtime again. Another homegrown player. Another option in the wide areas. Obviously, we were having a lot of injuries in those positions, so having options is always good. Australian international. I don't think I've ever bought an Australian. Now I have. And then two loan signings to wrap up the transfer window, starting with Bellardo. He has joined us from Paris Saint-Germain as a backup player, a squad player, a player that can play in a couple of positions, and he's young enough to kind of just go, yeah, you'll be all right. Paris quite happy to loan him out as a squad player, so we've just got to make sure we utilise him as much as we can, really. 2.5-star player, potential to be a 4, will be a very good player for PSG further down the track, I should imagine. And the last man in the door is Mikel Moreno. He has joined us from Arsenal on loan for the rest of the season. A bit of experience in the centre of the park. Obviously had a very good World Cup with Spain. Hopefully he can do the same for us. He has plenty of stamina. So if he comes off the bench, which he will likely do more often than not, he will hopefully cause a lot of problems because that's what he was doing at the World Cup. He is out of contract as well in the summer, so if he does well, hopefully he will sign on the dotted line for next year as well. So we've already played 2 games in this Serie A season, and we've won the pair of them so far, beating newly promoted Pisa by 3-1 first of all. Kone, Wesley and Jimenez with the goals. And then last time out we beat Torino by 3-2. Couto an own goal and Suel with the winner as we start the season pretty well. So it's hello again to Serie A, to Palermo, Pisa and Cremonese have all been promoted from Serie B. Now, top of the table, Atalanta lead the way. At the moment, 2 wins and a draw, no goals conceded. Sassuolo having a better start to this season than they ended last. They drew with Milan yesterday and are also on 7 points. So there are 3 sides that have the chance to continue their 100% start to the season. One of them is Parma, Inter are the other, and so are we. So let's find out if we can beat Parma, shall we? So here are the 2 starting lineups as Suzuki starts in goal for Parma. Del Pato, Toulouse, Kudo, Brzezinski, Calvilla, Azala, Keita, Sorensen, Benicak, with Pellegrino leading the line for them. Goodness me. As Marin starts in goal for us, Couto, Mancini and DK, Angelino, Jimenez not in midfield, Kone, Bishkov, Suel, Berg, Garnacho playing on the left-hand side. Right, let's see if we can keep this 100% start to the new season going, shall we? It promises to be an interesting Serie A season. Parma, of course, one of the originals. And I remember those days from Gazzetta Football Italia with Faustino Asprilla in particular at Parma. Thomas Brolin as well. A few names that come to mind when I think of the club. So let's see what happens today. I'm excited by the new charges that have come in. I think this squad is very much ready for a title challenge. Very much so. And we will see in the fullness of time whether I am right or whether I'm not. As Keita has got the ball. Looking for the return pass. Ball into the penalty area. Early test for the goalkeeper, maybe. No, not quite. No Caprell at the moment. Out for a couple of weeks. So the young man is in from the start today. See what he can do. Obviously, you don't play for PSG for nothing. Although he's going to have an early test, is he? And he has failed it. Although, yeah, he's not helped by his teammates. Parma lead by a goal to nil after 7 and a bit minutes. I mean, it's all a bit calamitous. Really, Angelino with a challenge, but then doesn't follow through to try and win the ball. And then we just get caught out by a ball that splits the defence in half. Nice touch. To be fair, keeper's got no chance. You've done well through pre-season. You've done well in the first 2 games. Oh, side netting. Jesus. Ball picked up in midfield. Wasn't a foul. Garnacho with it. Into Mancini. Looking for Sewell. Looking for the ball into Kone. Back into Berg. Looking for a ball wide. Bishkov plays it through. Jimenez has broken through the lines. Defender's taking it away from the goalkeeper. Bit of miscommunication at the back from Parma as well. Sewell does take it away from his man. Needs a bit of support. It's only him so far. Couto's gone into an advanced position. He's looked for Garnacho. That is a great cross-field pass. Can Garnacho do anything with it? He does! Oh, it's a good save from Suzuki as well. Damn that man. Looking for the equalising goal 10 minutes before half-time. It's got to be picked up inside the box. It is just cleared downfield to Berg, who is the last man. And DK. Looking for a ball for Garnacho. Will he cut inside? He does the same thing again, and it's the same result. Little lower save this time. But Garnacho and Suzuki are having their own little duel at the moment, it would seem. Angelino with the corner. Needs a better delivery this time. As the ball goes in towards the penalty area, it's headed away by a Parma player. Garnacho, third time lucky. No, Suzuki catches it this time. Ball into midfield. Kone picks that up fairly comfortably. Counter-attack to Spring, perhaps. Looking for Garnacho. On the left-hand side, he has plenty of space. He needs to find a teammate. He finds Sewell on the other side of the box. I don't think Jimenez was alive to the situation. Sewell is definitely, but it's behind for another corner. Come on. Just keep cranking up that pressure. Although half-time is going to come and spoil it, I think. For us, Jimenez looking for Garnacho. He's definitely the outball today. I mean, there was one up against him, but there were 3 inside of him. Kone might get a shot away. Hasn't got the time to. Couto in towards Jimenez. Couto again on towards Kone. Nice ball into Sewell. Brilliant. If it counts. It is wonderful build-up from AS Roma. And I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to find the leveller. We deserve the leveller, to be fair. We've been the better side since the goal. And we have got the equaliser. Nicely done, lads. Picking its way through. Ooh. Oh, it's the man on the far side. Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah, well, he looks like... Yeah, not sure about that one. I mean, there's a gap between the lines. Normally, if it's tight, it's sort of fuzzy, isn't it? Okay, we'll take it. I'm not going to argue. And there is the half-time whistle. Parma 1, Roma 1 at the break. Early goal for Parma, late equaliser in the first half for us. Currently going top of the table, but the 100% record is going to go at this point. And I'd like to keep that going for a little bit longer, if we can. Obviously, we picked up where we left off at the end of last season, which is good. And, yeah, Sewell doing the right thing, I think. I mean, it's a free kick in a dangerous area. But if he wasn't going to be able to stop him, then that's the best thing to do. In my opinion. Okay, Marin. The ball's about to come into the penalty area, young man. Be ready. Ball towards the back stick. I could see where it was going. Is he going to get a shot through the crowd? He is! But Marin is going to pull off a wonderful save. Didn't see it probably until the last second. Fair enough. Are you just looking for a second goal and you're going to try and close up shop? No, because Bishkov is going to clear it to Garnacho. Counter-attack is on. He has the capability to take on this one at least. And he's got 3 or 4 more to get past, but Jimenez is on his way to the near post to help him. Angelino's on the edge of the box. Kone might get the shot away, doesn't. Couto might, he does. Good save from Suzuki. Doesn't take it behind for a corner. Apparently not. Not picked up on the edge of the box. Sorensen. Couto's running around like a headless chicken at the moment. We might bring Wesley on in short order. It's going to be an interesting battle between those two down that right-hand side this season. Both want games. Couto moans more than Wesley does. For the time being, at least. Kone looking for him. Plays it back into Sewell. On towards Kone again. trying to drive through the lines, trying to find a 1-2, it would seem. Garnacho's coming in at the far post. Don't take yourself down a blind alley. Couto might get a shot away. No, he chips it towards the far post. Garnacho doesn't win the header. Angelino picks up the ball. Drives inside the penalty area. Picks out Bishkov on the edge of the box. And it's a good header away. But Berg will pick it up. Starting to dominate the football now. Starting to flex. Hopefully a second goal is coming. Oh, and almost found the gap. Just over half an hour to go. Berg with the ball towards the back stick, looking for Kone. Doesn't win the header. Garnacho from the edge of the box, and it's driven against Valentino, who comes forward. And it's a poor pass. Is what it is. You had 2 over. Right, we're going to make some changes up that right-hand side. Wesley is definitely going to come on. That is one thing I am sure of at this point. And we're going to bring on to Kettler as well. Do we take off Jimenez? Not just yet. Those 2 down that right-hand side now, working in tandem. De Kettler can play down the centre as well. Can play as an attacking midfield player. He's got plenty of flexibility. Ball across the front of goal. Garnacho doesn't gamble. Defender doesn't turn it in, sadly for me. At the moment, it is all being played in the Parma half of the field. As Wesley's in behind. Can he finish it? Yes, he can. Will he be offside? Who knows? But I think the linesman has flagged. Therefore, he is probably offside. But we will see. VAR will check. VAR will disallow the goal. Boo. Hiss. But alas, not to be. Parma have the corner. Starting to go now one way then the other. Might bring Artem on shortly for Jimenez. Not done an awful lot today. I'll make a change in midfield as well. Let's see what Mikel Moreno can do off a substitutes bench. In fact, we're going to do it now while there is a break in play. So here comes Artem. And we're going to take off Bishkov at this point. And we're going to bring on Moreno. And that will leave us with one more change to make. Ball towards the back stick. De Kettler heading it away. Sorensen will pick it up. Trying to go around the outside. Pellegrino with the turn and into the back of the net. Oh, he's got his second goal. And he has been gifted both of them, frankly. Because, yeah, it's not been great defending on both counts. Because where does he pick the ball up here? He picks it up here. Right, tight to him. Once you're tight to him, he doesn't turn. But he's allowed to turn. Marin's got no chance at all, and Parma lead. Probably against the run of play. They've been wasting time since the early part of the second half. We should be in front. To be fair, Suzuki has made a difference in the opposition goal. And it might be the one that gets them the result. Can we make any changes to the team to help with an attack module? We can take Berg off. That would be an option. So De Kettler would go down the middle. So we'll put Dybala on, shall we? No, let's put Valpoto on instead. So you can go in there. Yes, you can go over there. And you can go there. You can go there. Let's see how we go with that for the final 10 minutes or so. That's why I like buying players who are interchangeable. You can play in a couple of positions. Makes life a lot easier when you've got to tinker with a shape late in a game. When you're looking for an equaliser, looking for a ball into Kone, on towards De Kettler on the right hand side. Garnacho's gone in at the back post and he hasn't been found because it was cleared by the bloke in the middle. But Wesley picks it up. On towards Kone! A good save from the goalkeeper. Didn't quite have the normal zip on it that it normally has when Kone has a shot from there. Pellegrino again. Should have bought him in the summer, shouldn't I? I was buying all of these players. Ball in towards Pellegrino. Don't allow him to turn again. Oh, he's done the same thing again. Oh, for goodness sake. 3-1. Okay. Maybe we need to check our expectation a little bit. Maybe. It's a blot on the copybook. We're only 3 games into the season. But yeah, they do the same thing again. allowed to turn on the ball. He passes it this time. And the goalkeeper, maybe should do better there. Maybe. It's going to be Angelino to take the free kick. It is going to be Angelino to take the free kick, and the keeper has got his hands on the ball. He's been the difference, Suzuki. As he's on a 6.1. I'm not giving him any blame for the goals. No, I have to say that. I think he's been very much let down by the people in front of him. Say, we've done enough to win the game today. Just couldn't beat Suzuki at the start of the second half. I think if we'd have done that, we'd have been fine. But we haven't done it. Garnacho, will he keep it in play? No, that about sums up his second half performance. And that should be the game. Hopefully. Yes, it is. Parma 3, Roma 1. Don't lose often, but we've lost today. And there goes the 100% start to the new season. Emphatically taken apart. Parma go top of the table. So here is the early season table. Obviously down to 5th and Inter still to play. So we won't drop any further than that, will we? Well, Torino might jump in front of us, depending on how things go. But yeah, a decent start. Disappointing today, though. So, we're going to come back for Napoli next time around, but let me talk about the Champions League first. So, we're at home to Feyenoord in the first group match. Then we play Barcelona. Then we play Eintracht Frankfurt, Monaco, Villarreal, Real Madrid, Copenhagen, and AEK Athens to finish up. We can definitely qualify in the top 24. Top 8, that's going to be a tough ask, I think. So, we are going to take on Feyenoord. We're going to take on Udinese, Barcelona, and Cremonese. We're going to come back for that game at the middle point of October after the extended international break to take on Napoli, who finished quite far down the table in the end last season. So hopefully we can keep them there. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.